What is going on, students? Today is September the 5th. It's Thursday. My bride is over here to my right. She's working on a transcript. Probably wants me to not talk too much here. Anyway, um, I wanted to talk to you about how people progress in school and try to remember when you were first starting out and how difficult it was, and then you moved up in speed little by little, and some of you moved up really quickly and some of you didn't. For those that move up quickly, don't make the ones behind you feel bad. And for those that are struggling, don't let other people's success get you down. Okay? Let's all try to make sure that we encourage everyone and celebrate the ones that are doing great, and pull and push along and encourage the ones that are having a more difficult time. The one thing that you should focus on is not what everyone else is doing, but focus on what you are doing. It's not a competition. If I was going to go down that route and be frustrated when I was in school because I knew people that got out in a year or maybe a year and a half, or some even less than a year, I would have quit a long time ago. But I didn't. I stuck with it. And I got out when I got out, not when somebody else got out, not when some fabulous reporter got out that was much quicker than me, or somebody got out that took longer than me. At the end of the day, we're court reporters. My CSR license and my other NCRA licenses don't have a time of how long it took me to get any of them. All it says is that I worked my tail off and I got my certifications. And I'm very proud of that because it took a lot of hard work and a lot of effort on my part to get there. But I want you all to remember that, especially those that are freshly out of school. Encourage those that are still in school that you know, or those that are in my group that are still moving up in speed, and keep them encouraged. Let's all stay positive and keep pushing everyone, and we'll do great things. Don't feel bad if you're not moving as quickly as somebody else. You're going to get there when you get there, not when somebody else gets there. It's not about everybody else, it's about you. And you focus on you, and you focus on what it takes for you to get out of school. Don't let the negativity bring you down, and don't be frustrated when other people move up quicker than you do. Because you know what? There might be a time where you pass other people along and you want to remember them. And, don't be stuck up to them or don't make them feel bad. We all do this together. We all encourage each other and push everyone along. Now, one other thing that I want to quickly talk about is, where your mind is when you're in school and what your focus is. I know there was a question about, or there's been some questions in the past about whether you should take a job or not take a job, change, work for somebody else, work for a different company when you're in school as a student, things like that. And the main goal is that you become a court reporter. And I will tell you my story. When I was a student, my dad was military disabled, and so I was fortunate that I was able to receive some money to help me go to school, which was great. But there was a point where my dad suggested, I shall say strongly, that I get a job. And so I took a job at Albertsons being a quote courtesy clerk. Mainly I was sacking groceries, and I'd go in the morning at 6 a.m. and finish around noon, and then go from about 1 o'clock until 7 or 8 o'clock, or depending on what the day was, go to school in the afternoon. And this was when I was at this point living in San Antonio. At one point when I was working at Albertsons, I was offered a position to move up to assistant grocery manager in the company, and I turned them down. I could have made more money, which would have been great, but my focus and my goal was I wanted to be a court reporter, and I was afraid that if I took another job or something like that, that I would lose my focus, and I turned them down. And I also told them that I wasn't going to be here much longer, and that I felt like they would be wasting their time with me working in the produce section. Actually, it was going to be a produce assistant person in there, and I just felt like they were wasting their time. The point was, my focus was to be a court reporter. I probably could have done the job, and I would have done it very well, but I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew what I wanted to be, and I didn't want to lose that focus. So sometimes you have to change jobs for whatever reason, but the focus should always be on being a court reporter if that's what you really want. Don't be afraid of success. Don't be afraid to become a court reporter. And if you keep that mindset, you'll do great things. This is a challenging career, and your journey is only just beginning once you are qualified to work in the field, whether you need a license or you work in a state that doesn't require a license. You're going to run into jobs every single day where it's going to be difficult sometimes. How you prepare, how you worked in school and prepared for that is going to help you immensely once you get into the field. If you try to take the easy way out, you'll pay for it later because you won't be prepared. So what you do right now, how you lay your foundation right now, will make your house very strong. Don't look for the easy way out. The easy way out in this profession is not necessarily the best way out. Learn as much as you can when you're in school, do the best you can, and you will do great things. And I'm seeing it by the members in the group. You all are doing great. Many postings this week have been really wonderful, and that is fantastic. If you didn't have good news this week, then next week you have good news. I expect you to have good news next week, okay? So buckle down, and the summer is almost over, and we're about to fall, and we're going to make those tests fall. So not much longer before the fall season, and stay thirsty. Today is Thirst Day, and it is the year 2013. So remain thirsty, do your best, quench your thirst, get out into the field as quickly as you can, consistent with being ready to work. So with that, I will close. And are you ready for some football? It's time. I'm out.